on your quarter. Give me to follow up.
302 Springdale, 98.
10 for 547. I can show you 97. Headquarters 536, 423.
536 PS square. 423.
1019 to 2472 North Robin Road, 2472 North Robin Road for disturbance. Calls from me, Caitlin.
365, or you can cancel them. We'll grab that disturbance just a second.
10 for 43536, I'll show back to me.
Yeah, 37.
So if you're just tuning in, this is James Bozeman, the content creator here at Natural State Transparency. Earlier, about an hour ago, I was reporting on a water main break. You can see the debris in the road. You can see all this red clay and debris in the road from the water main break. They got that sucker cut off. I guess they're up there fixing it. We're going to go check on it in just a minute. I'm currently in the area of North Fayetteville up here near Shiloh and Joyce, near the Northwest Arkansas Mall. Folks, we are currently listening to several radio channels. We're listening to police, the Fayetteville and police. I'm sorry, I can't talk today. The Springdale and the Fayetteville Police Department. We're listening to the Springdale and Fayetteville Fire Department. And we are also listening to Arkansas State Police Troop L. So we've got 5 radios that we're juggling between here.
72 Country Road, Arkansas, Boy Lincoln. 21 King, BBL 21K,
Hope everybody's doing well. I've got your comments pulled up on my laptop over here so I can see we've got some regulars in the chat. A big shout out to Sharon, Blaylock, who else? Mockingbird 71, S. Waltz. Those are the ones that I see on the screen. A big shout out to you as well, regulars that watch the channel. And if you're new, we welcome you to Natural State Transparency. And you just never know what you might find us broadcasting about here. Now see, I can't tell if they've closed this off or not. There's a truck in the middle of the road here, and that was the Fayetteville truck that arrived when I got here earlier, but maybe we can drive through here. They've got some dump trucks out here, so maybe they're digging up the parking lot. We'll see, because this is where the water main busted. You can see the water's still on the road here. Oh, it's still leaking out. Yeah, they're set up here, and we're going to drive right through this water. And I'll pull off here, and we'll film them in action here for just a minute. So we are at the Northwest Arkansas Mall, and what makes this mall unique is that a lot of traffic cuts through the small parking lot on the perimeter to get from US 71B out here to Joyce and the shopping district through here. So you just notice there's a lot of traffic. You see them. If I just sit here, you'll notice the traffic on the left side of your screen there. And it's constant. There's always people cutting through here. So when this busted, it went out onto the US highway out there, earlier today, I wasn't intending on going live. I was actually on my way to the grocery store to buy some chicken drums and chicken thighs for dinner tonight. And yeah, I saw this water in this red clay coming gushing down the road, and I said, well, that's unusual. So I went to check it out, and we went live a little bit ago for just a few minutes. I didn't have my phone charger, so I couldn't stay live. So that's the deal here at Northwest Arkansas Mall. There's really nothing else to see here. They're working on the water main, and we are going to get finished here and move along our way. And we are monitoring several radio channels. They just put out a disturbance call on 112 at the Sam's Club. They said it was near the Sam's at the car wash on Highway 112. They put a disturbance call out. There was a male that was not allowing the woman to exit the car wash. They just put that out seconds before I went live. So if you're at Highway 112 up there, there's a disturbance call that Springdale is responding to. Well, it's hot in Arkansas. It's not as hot as it has been, but it's still really hot today. It's a little humid because it's sprinkled up here, and it didn't rain up here like it rained in other parts of the state yesterday, but it is hot. It is hot, hot, hot. But that's an old news story. If you're anywhere in the United States, you know it's hot. It's been hot. So anyway, we're in North Fayetteville. I'm going to kind of cruise around Fayetteville right now and show it off a little bit. And we will be listening for any calls to go out. I like to tell folks this on the front end, that I am not in law enforcement. I am not a police officer. This is not a police broadcast. We are not out here to take any law enforcement related action. I am a street journalist. I do have prior law enforcement related experience, so I kind of know what I'm talking about a little bit. And, well, I'm out here to try to show you a thing or two, breaking events and whatnot. Maybe I can tell you a little bit of the history of the area. That's what we're doing out here. So, just so there's no confusion about what we are doing out here. But we do have the radio channels going, and if something pops off, well, I'll try to show it to you. We'll head that way. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Haven't done a live stream in about a month, and I apologize for that. Life happened. Life happens. Continues to happen. This week I've had 2 flat tires. 2 different tires went flat on me. One that I had to get fixed earlier today. So we're rolling around here in Ted. Ted is my 2001 Mercury Grand Marquis, and hopefully the plug holds up. Or I'm gonna need a motorist assist. I spent my morning at the tire shop here, and you know, folks, I don't do paid sponsorships or anything. If I like the service I get somewhere, I'll give them a shout out. And but I don't do any of that paid sponsorship stuff. So I shout out to the Plaza Tire location on Robinson on US 412 in Springdale. Shout out to Plaza Tire. It's the second or third time I've gone in there in the last few months, and they're always cheerful and nice, and when they could have charged me, they chose not to charge me. So that says a lot about them, and I appreciate that. So Again, not a paid sponsorship or anything like that. Just an Arkansan telling you that if you need tire stuff done here Northwest, consider going to them. So before there was an interstate, this was the interstate, basically. This is US 71B. This used to be US 71. And so before there was ever an interstate built in the early to mid 90s, when they started that project for Interstate 49 that goes from Interstate 40 to the Missouri border, this was the only way really to get to this area from points southward. And so
Springdale travel stop 40th Mountain Springs.
I wish I could take you to the coolest part of this stretch of US 71B. It would be kind of near Lake Fort Smith State Park and where the Crawford, Washington County line is. That is some beautiful country through there, but I'd lose you because we wouldn't have cell phone service through there. So it'd be kind of hard to take you through there. But, you know, Northwest Arkansas, of course, is known for its beauty, and it's right here in the Boston Mountains and the Ozark Highlands, and it's absolutely gorgeous up here. A lot of new development. If you don't know the story of Northwest Arkansas, this is Walmart country. So this is where Walmart is. It's up in Bentonville. And all the industries that have come here because of Walmart. And also Tyson. Let's not forget Tyson Foods and several others. The University of Arkansas, the flagship school for the University of Arkansas, is located in Fayetteville, which is the city that we are currently in. We're heading south on 71B.
384, did you have traffic? That's right.
I see somebody just wrote in the chat, I'm in Springdale. Well, hello to you, neighbor. I'm just down the street in this traffic, in this heat. So I'm not going to go to Benton County today. Benton County is the areas of North Springdale and Rogers and Bentonville, Bella Vista, Centerton, Siloam Springs. What else am I missing up there? Decatur, Heifel. And so, you know, I'm not going to go up there because I'm going to keep my attention on Washington County today, which is most of Springdale and Fayetteville and several of the other smaller areas around here, Elkins and West Fork and that kind of stuff. So we're going to really kind of just stay in Springdale and Fayetteville unless something really pops off and it's worth getting in all the traffic to go to see. Plus, if you don't mind, I don't have to have it right away, but I'd like to go snag a car wash real quick, if that'd be okay with you guys. So it'll make my windshield look a little better. And it's down off of ML King near the University of Arkansas. So we're going to kind of mosey that way. I'm going to have to get fuel before long, too. So I just got to do all my little maintenance things that I'm supposed to do before we go live, but I got to do it while we're live. Sorry about that. Oh. They're being pretty quiet on the radio right now. I guess it must be shift change. Usually in the 2 o'clock hour, that's what happens. Your first watch is going to be your day shift officers. They come on at usually 5 or 6 in the morning, work till about 1 or 2 in the afternoon. You'll have that 3 to 11 shift that comes in, the B shift. And so anytime after about 1:30, 2 o'clock, you're going to start having these, the middle shift officers coming out. And so there's usually what I call a little lull in between where things get quiet. They don't have, they have day shift officers going home, and they have the next shift coming on, you know. But I do have all the channels going right now. I don't know why you think you're going to be able to turn left here. This white car right here on the right, which is just off screen, thinks they're going to be able to turn right or left.
Springdale traffic 1.
Yeah, right. Not here. So what's been happening in Arkansas and beyond? What's been happening? Chime in the comments and let me know what's been going on. I haven't been live in a month, and I apologize. The last live we did was in Jonesboro, and
A6 Henry, BER A6H, last year, what's it go?
yeah, I noticed we got knocked off there a minute ago. Sorry about that. A huge announcement to make on this channel in the next couple of weeks. Stay tuned, especially you regulars. It's going to be a really cool video. It's not going to be a traffic series episode or a local edition. It's actually going to be a documentary that I'm doing on a particular topic or subject. And it will be wonderful. I'm going to put all of my effort into doing it. So, can't announce it yet. Give me 2 weeks. If you love this channel, then stay tuned, because it will be worth it. And I will give you a clue. It has to do with the Arkansas State Police. So that's the clue. Cool. No. Somebody asked if it has to do with Jasper. It has nothing to do with Jasper at all. No. Everything to do with a member of the Arkansas State Police. A former member of the Arkansas State Police. And that's about as much as I'm willing to talk about it right now, because I need to put together the documentary that I'm doing. I've still got to do some interviews. So, if that sounds like that might be something you would be interested in, well, there you have it. I'm doing a documentary on a former member of the Arkansas State Police. I'm not going to reveal who. And I cannot wait to bring it to the YouTube waves. I think that my viewers will find it fascinating, as I have found it fascinating to talk to this particular person who has agreed to allow me to do a documentary on them. So we'll leave it at that. Just know it's coming. It's in the works. We're doing it. And I just can't be any happier about it. So I think you guys will find it great when you watch it. Okay, so have I lost internet here? Yeah, I lost internet. Oh my God, this traffic. I lost your comments because my laptop quit tethering to my phone. I'm going to have to reset it, I think, because wherever I went through a minute ago was a dead zone. Let me see if I can do that real quick without having to restart my phone. No, that's not it. I'm in front of the University of Arkansas in standstill traffic. And so the cell phone towers in the area that I'm at are being utilized by other people than me. I would agree with you. Normally, I might need to restart my phone, but no, I'm in standstill traffic here on Martin Luther King, approaching the University of Arkansas. So we will be here for at least a minute. Let me pull up some of your comments here.
396 Springdale 298 F2.
Let's get y'all's comments going here. Now, sometimes y'all know I have a cohort, Beth, my girlfriend, who I met on this channel. And, well, she's at work right now. But she would like to do some live stuff tonight, because when I told her I was going live, she kind of got a little mad at me because she wanted to go live with me. So we will maybe, we're doing this daytime live right now, but we might go live later on tonight. Maybe we'll go up to Benton County tonight. I don't know. If you look over here on your right, let's see if I can get this camera view for you here. If you look over here on the right, there's one of the many buildings of the University of Arkansas in the distance. As we sit here in bumper to bumper traffic in front of the University of Arkansas. Yeah, I had to have a car wash, didn't I? Just had to have a car wash. My car wash is about 3 blocks away from here. So I just had to have a car wash. But we got the radio back. I've got some of it streaming over the internet, and I've got some of it on my scanner, so we need to keep the internet on the laptop for sure, so we can hear all the calls going out. I'm not going to run that. This is really the main drag right here in front of the university. That's Razorback Road. It's named that for the mascot, the Arkansas Razorbacks. Hey, Blaylock, they sell those down on Geyer Springs Road in Little Rock. Oh, Linda, I see your question about, was that the trooper that resigned because of their DWI? No. No. There's only been one trooper that I wanted to interview after they left the ASP in the past under circumstances like that, and that's not the trooper. Actually, if you want to know who that trooper was, it was, I would have liked to have talked. Hang on. What's that about? Yes. What was the tone for?
Water Force on for service call. PD on scene requesting you spray the gravel off the roadway at College and Joyce. Water Force on for service call. PD on scene. Bags of dry concrete need to be sprayed off the roadway at College and Joyce. Set out for 1021.
We're going to be around to watch the regional take variety.
They're sending the fire department to Joyce to get the gravel off the road from the water main break just now. That's what that dispatch was about. So anyway, there was only one trooper that's recently resigned or quit or got fired in the last few years that I would have liked to have had a conversation with and possibly even featured on the channel. Some of y'all may remember Trooper Jessica McCord. She used to be Adam 36 in Little Rock. She's somebody I would have liked to have had a conversation with, but no, I don't. You know, I'm not a shock guy. I'm not looking to have controversial conversation. I will say that the trooper that I am going to talk to is going to be an epic. It's an epic deal. It's truly an epic deal. And I mean that with heavy emphasis on the word epic. What about the trooper that drove through a fence? I don't know what trooper that was. That the one in Lonoke County that happened about, I think that was about 3 or 4 months ago in Lonoke County during a pursuit. Is that right? Who sent me that? Dragon? Is that Dragon Monty? Yeah. It's about 3 or 4 months ago, right? That's not who it is, but I'm just trying to place who this trooper is that ran through the fence. Hello, Cindy RN. As always, our friend from the east, or the west rather, in Oklahoma. Hello. All right, folks, yours truly is going to stop here and grab this quick car wash. I got to take the antenna off my car quick, the Skinner antenna, so hang on just a minute here. Now, here's something interesting about, this used to be an old Walmart, but now this is just the optical lab. You see how it's marked on the door? This is an old Walmart here. Of course, you know you're in Northwest Arkansas. There's Walmarts everywhere, but before Walmart got huge, they had some stores. You can tell it's an old Walmart. Look at the architecture on the front. It's got that 3-tier, 1, 2, 3, right above the doors. You see that? And it says it's their optical lab. So I believe that anytime they need glasses made, it comes here now to this old Walmart store that they've turned into the optical lab. And that's kind of neat that they're reusing their old properties to do that. Well, I might not be a 35-year associate, but I am reserved, and I am going to park here momentarily to pull this antenna off. So give me just a minute here. No. Blaylock, I wouldn't have made it at Walmart for 5 years, okay? More or less 35 years. And I want to say one other thing. How impersonal. Reserve parking, 35-year associate, Walmart, but there's no name. You're just known as the 35-year associate. No, thank you.
Hi, there's one for Central Assist. It's going to be an overdose at 3186 South Bayou Alley, cross street of War Eagle in Wichita. Ladder there's one for Central Assist. It's going to be a 25-year-old female. She took too much of her medication at 3186 South Bayou Alley, cross street of War Eagle in Wichita. Time out 1426.
Well, you just heard that. They put an OD out just now, unfortunately. Here in Fayetteville, 25-year-old involved in that. All right. We'll put Ted right through here, car wash here. She's guiding me in here. She doesn't even know she's on a live stream. All right. Got it. Yeah, Cindy said her mouth would get her fired. Yep. I imagine I would have the same problem. I worked at Walmart before. I have worked at Walmart. I worked at store 920 when there was a store on Asher Avenue in central Little Rock. It was a small store, was not a super center. It is no longer there. It closed in 1998, and I worked there from 96 until 98. That store has since been shut down and gone. You know, maybe I'm weird, but I've always liked the smell of the car wash soap. Yeah, she said you can smell the soap. Yes, I can too. Oh, this is good for Ted too. It gives Ted an opportunity to cool off a little bit. Well, all right. There you have it. We got a clean Ted now. Yay. Oops. Let me put that back in gear. There we go. Car smells better. It looks better. So unfortunately, the next thing I've got to do is get fuel because I'm less than a quarter of a tank right now, unfortunately. Because earlier today when I went live, I wasn't planning on going live. So I didn't think to get gas in advance. But that's cool. I appreciate y'all tagging along with me. We're still waiting on something to pop off. Let's see if this car is gonna be cool enough to let me out. You gonna let me out? Okay. No, you're not. Okay, got it. You gonna let me out? Cool, thank you. And I wave too when people let me out. It's so nice of them. Another fire call going out here in Fayetteville.
380 noise girls, 98 up to
10-4. Engine 7 on the side, you respond for an MBA, could be on the bridge, station with arm pain, Weddington neutral on the bridge, residue Brandon neutral. Engine 7 on the side, you respond for an MBA, could be arm pain from an MBA, Weddington neutral bridge, timeout 1431.
Well, hell, we're just down. We're just down the street from that call that just went out at Futrall and Weddington. I'm one exit away, and I'm at Futrall now for a motor vehicle accident with injury. We will probably go to that if I can get you turned around somehow, some way in this crazy traffic. I am low on fuel, but I've got enough that we can go look at that for a minute. I think this might be the ambulance that's responding to that right here. Because they're getting in the turn lane here. So we have an ambulance that's responding, I believe, on that call that just went out.
Yeah, 307.
You can land please contact. The one at Jennifer Terrace for follow-up, please.
Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not responding to that call. Let's see if I can do some trickery here. Maybe take a side street north. Let's see if I know my way around enough yet to do that. I think I do. Let me see if I can go north. I think I can go north right up here, and it'll cut through. Let me see. Or if nothing else, I'll just double back and catch the light. Is this Old Farmington? It doesn't have a street name, of course. Yeah, that ain't gonna work out. But we'll just do this. We'll just do this. Doing the same thing I'm doing. We'll catch this turn and then we'll go back north. So they had a motor vehicle accident with injury. It's just up the street, really. Next exit up on the interstate.
It has 2-car DA going westbound on the bridge. We are investigating. Engine 7, go ahead. Help traffic control.
I don't know how much we'll be able to film, but we'll try. We'll just drive by it.
That's one we zoom line county.
Okay, let's see if we can turn here.
Yeah.
Easy, we're ready. We have no one driving.
No entrapment on that accident. No entrapment on that accident. If you don't know what the word entrapment means in relation to an accident, because honestly, some people don't, that is when somebody is trapped in the vehicle and they can't get out. They have to have a special rescue unit show up with jaws of life or some other apparatus to cut metal to get you out. That would be with entrapment. You cannot get out. So
At Street 72, on 28, on
it's always good to hear that there's no entrapment on an accident like that.
468 Out of Arkansas, 461 Zebra Frank Victor, 461 ZFB on a blue Hyundai SUV.
And that's the troopers making traffic stops right now.
Springdale 302.
Good.
You're out to call 552 special assignment.
You're right.
Yeah, it's heavy traffic right now in the Fayetteville area, right around the university right now. It's 2:36 in the afternoon here in Arkansas. Currently, I don't see a temperature right now. I don't have a temperature gauge in TED, so I don't know how hot it is outside.
We do have one patient.
Correction, well, he's getting in the caller space. Received.
Fayetteville 28 is going to be an X-ray 25908. X5908.
I imagine this service road is going to just run up to Weddington, so I'm not going to get on the freeway. I'm just going to stay on the Fruitroll here, and we'll just do that instead of merging on the interstate and see if we can get a better view. So we're going to be coming up on Weddington here at the next exit. You can already see the green sign for it ahead. And that is where this motor vehicle accident is. It's just one of many motor vehicle accidents that there will be today, I'm sure. West Arkansas, as traffic is heavy around this particular area. Hello, Trey Atkinson, hello. And Mockingbird says that her weather app says that it is 94 degrees currently in Fayetteville, and I can attest that it is about 94 degrees. It feels like it. I would add a little slice of humidity in there too. We got partly cloudy skies, as you can see. It is a pretty day. These apartments right here on the right, they've been building since I've been up here now on and off for about 6 months. They've been building this right to the right here. Alrighty, let's see if we see the emergency vehicles. Yes, we do. Emergency vehicles straight ahead. We have a ladder truck and engine. And I believe that's Casey's right there. I believe I can pull into the gas station and give you a view. Looks like Springdale PD just arrived. It looks like they're blocking or is this Fayetteville? I'm so sorry. We're still in Fayetteville. They're blocking that lane because of the accident that's in that lane, this turn lane right here. So we're going to go straight. We'll go into the Casey's parking lot. See if there's, well, they've got it all blocked off. I can't really see much. I'm looking, I see them over there. I can maybe pull in this, yeah, this is private property, and this is the kind of place that they would kind of like come tell you not to be in. Well, I'm not going to do that. You know, you can pull in some places, and there are some other places that you just go, I better not do that. This is one of those places. I don't know how friendly they would be to street journalist out here just trying to show my viewers a thing or two, you know what I mean? Not everybody gets down with you being on their property, and I respect private property rights, you know. I get it. Oh, there's really nothing for me to show you too much because I can't get a good view unless I'm on. Well, I said I can't. Hold on, I can. I lied. I can get you a view right here. So you got Fayetteville Fire Department right now assessing the patients of this accident there. And the property that I just was on was that Polaris dealership, but I don't want a sales. There's a sales guy, just like a car dealership. You pull on the property and they swamp you. They surround you. They want you to buy. So yeah, I'm not trying to have all that happen today. Let me zoom my camera a little bit differently here. And of course, you're going to have cars get in the way like that. This is the best view I can provide you right now. But yeah, just a simple 2-car accident, no entrapment. You got the fire department assessing the patients. I do not see an ambulance, so it doesn't look like anyone's going to the hospital yet. Or maybe the ambulance is en route to the scene. That's the other possibility. We're going to hope for the first. We don't want somebody to have to go to the hospital. And while we sit here, we will continue to monitor the radio. If something else happens, we'll go to it. S. Walt says the U of A is back in session. Yes, it is indeed. You can tell by the traffic. Blaylock mentions that they built a new Buc-ee's, and it did open up. The first Buc-ee's opened up in Arkansas in the town of, it was actually, you said Bryant, but it's Benton. It's really just right off Haskell. It's the 114 exit on Interstate 30 as you're going down to get onto the Hot Springs Highway down through there. And Benton, the city of Benton annexed the land. That is technically the city of Benton, where Buc-ee's is at. And our governor and congressmen and governors, or I'm sorry, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, the governor, French Hill, or not French Hill, it was Tom Cotton. Tom Cotton, the Congress or senator, went to the opening day there of the glorified convenience store.
317.97.
Hey, well, we have a good fella in the chat right now who's tuning in and watching us right now. I'd like to say hello to that good fellow, old George. He's a good guy. We know a thing or two about Mr. George. He's a good guy. Big shout out to you. Hello, good sir. So we will be getting 98 here in a few minutes. We're not going to sit here much longer. They're going to probably get this accident cleared up before long because it's on a main drag up here, just right off the interstate. So obviously it behooves them to get a wrecker out here pretty quick to get this thing cleared up. So we'll sit here for a couple more minutes and we'll get going. We're trying to survive this heat. It sure has been a heck of a summer, hasn't it? Well, there is an ambulance that just showed up now. I don't know. So we do have an ambulance on scene right now. There may be more injuries than we're privy to. I don't know. Hopefully the driver's okay.
Add it to the narrative. Up to.
You know, a lot of times the fire department, because they're trained EMTs, will show up on scene well in advance of the ambulance personnel. And sometimes the fire department can handle it, or they don't have to have the ambulance show up. So, you know, it does look like somebody is going to go to the hospital here. Linda. Yeah. I need all the help I can get. All right. Well, I'm kind of wondering if the driver is walking right there. I think the driver is, they didn't pull the gurney out of the ambulance there. So anyway, we're going to get done here. There you have it. Simple accident right here. It's probably going to be one of many today in Northwest Arkansas, here at Weddington and the service road here at Interstate 49 in North Fayetteville. We are going to get 98, and I'm going to put some fuel pellets in my car before I run out, because it's too hot to not have air conditioning today. So we can just take advantage of being here at this gas station right here at Casey's. I met a trooper at this.
Springdale will be en route to call 638.
I met a trooper once at this Casey's. This particular Casey's, about a year and a half ago. For some of y'all that remember Trooper Maria Duarte, I saw her here one time when I was getting gas. Alrighty, let me get some gas real quick, and I'll be right back with you, guys and gals. Y'all just hang on for a minute. We'll get going and go somewhere else. Maybe we'll see something else. Yeah, for the deer. For the deer and the other wildlife. Yeah, you're right, George. I do. Okay, folks, I've got to switch screens to activate my Gas Buddy card. It's going to freeze the broadcast for about 30 seconds. I'm not going anywhere. I'm that Gas Buddy. Right? It's Gas Buddy card. And if you don't know what that is, it's actually very beneficial, especially at gas stations like Casey's and Murphy. They'll give you like 15 or 20 cents off the pump price. Again, I don't have paid sponsorships, but I use the Gas Buddy card all the time. If you don't have one of these little discount cards, you ought to consider getting one. Because it really does save a lot, especially because I do a lot of driving. Be right back with y'all.
78, connect B14.
10-4.
For Milton on F2. Can you show me 8176 for a few?
10-4.
Quick way to spend nearly $60 of my hard-earned cash here at the ridiculously priced Casey's, just like all the other gas stations, though. I'm not knocking Casey's. I'm just saying, I'm griping because gas prices are so high. Sorry. All right, we're going to get 98 from here. So you can still see off in the distance. They are still talking with the patient at the ambulance. Fire personnel are still on scene over there. We are going to try to head to Springdale next. Why don't we just go that way? Let's see what we find over there. Blaylock said he's going to get me sponsored by Manscaped. Okay. He told me to wait a minute. So what you're not seeing is they're holding traffic right now for a second. There's a firefighter right here.
94.
72 Price Street, Arkansas Boy, Lincoln Boy, Edward, Union Sam, VLB, EUS on a black Denali Sierra.
10-4.
Oh, so they are getting ready to split and get off the scene as well. That's why they're doing their thing. Okay, I got it. Give me just a second here. I got to cycle through this light because they held me up, and that's fine. I get it. There's a lot of traffic here. Let me get through this. We'll be able to get on out of here. Blaylock, I want this van that's getting ready to pass. Keep watching the screen. It's two more cars. Watch this van. Look at this van. Look at this conversion van right there. Look at that baby. That's what I want for live streams. Wouldn't that be awesome? And then when I got done, I could take me a little nap. I could just pull over at Walmart and take a nap. That'd be great. All right, moving right along here.
10-4.
Oh, perfect. I can actually get right behind that van. Yeah, they don't make vans like this much anymore. Remember back in the 90s, they used to have those old Chevrolet vans, and well, Ford did them too, but Chevrolet used to have conversion vans, and they don't do that as much anymore. This person has a Buffalo River, Arkansas license plate, so the assumption is maybe they use this van to go exploring in. That's pretty cool. Let's see. So if I go this way, I'm going to be heading to. I need a cut street to get me out of here. Let's see if I know my way around enough yet. So as you go west, there ought to be a street down here that I can take that'll just take me north. I don't think I'm close enough yet to Double Springs or something like that. Let's see if I can figure out my way here.
Hilltop, tag, Lincoln Ocean and Charles, Young Union, Georgia. LOCYUG, so red Ford pickup.
L57 just made a traffic stop. I can't tell if he's in Carroll County or Madison County with that location 412 at Hilltop. I don't know where that's at. I go through there all the time, but I don't know what Hilltop is. But the troopers are working that stretch of 412 out there, either in Madison or Carroll County. That's a common occurrence through there. Now, if I stayed straight on this road, it would eventually take me to Lake Weddington. And I've had the pleasure of going out there before. It's a real pretty area just outside of the skirts. It's out on the skirts of town, out way out there. It's kind of out in the county. And it's a really nice area out there. It's frequently busy on the weekends. Of course, people take their kids out to the lake and stuff. We are, let's see if I was right. Rupel Road. I think this will cut me up. Let's try this. What's the worst that can happen? I can learn a new way. Thank you, Matt Buchanan. He said Hilltop is in Madison between Hinesville and Huntsville. Now I know. Thank you very much. I just didn't know that was what it was called. The Hilltop that I'm familiar with is in Jonesboro. Hilltop, anybody in Jonesboro knows where Hilltop's at. That's the northern part of Jonesboro. So, good to know. And I do go through there a lot. I stop in just north of Huntsville there where the Walmart's at. That's usually my first place to stop when I leave town. If I'm heading back to the northeast from northwest, I'll usually stop there and I'll stretch my legs for a minute. Sometimes the last time I went through there, it was stupid foggy. I could barely see. I didn't realize how foggy it gets in those mountains sometimes, and it does. You have to go real slow. Let's see, somebody's telling me turn right to go north on Rupel. Thank you very much. Yeah, I figured this was probably a main drag street that would get me north. So let me just say this. I know I've been in Northwest 6 months now as far as having a residence here. I've got a dual residence in Lawrence County, which is the Walnut Ridge area in northeast Arkansas. And we've got a residence here in the Springdale area. And I'm still kind of learning my way around, but I'm doing really good with it. Not getting lost as much as I was.
Stop, 40 from Spring.
40 from Springdale.
Arkansas 28 of 342, Zebra Union Mary 342 CUM on a silver Toyota SUV.
10-4.
389 real traffic stop, Mountain Road.
Mountain Road.
So these are Springdale units making traffic stops right now, which is where we're heading.
28 is going to be on a Clear 8 Honda CRV.
10-4.
Right on Mount Comfort to get to 49. Thank you very much. Good deal. look at these new apartments. New apartments here on the right. Now, these apartments are just springing up all over everywhere around here. But those are some really nice looking apartments right there. You know, Northwest Arkansas is just experiencing so much growth, and it's just amazing how much new construction you find around here. S. Waltz, James NST Mobile Command Center. Yeah. In a 2001 Mercury Grand Marquis, a 25-year-old car.
425 to 50. 536, about 45 to 50.
So we are going to get closer to the interstate, so that way if we do have a hot call, I can hop on the freeway and get to it. I like to be just kind of like Little Rock, in the sense of if you watch the live streams when I'm in Little Rock, I try to keep it close to the freeways, because if there's a hot call that goes out, I might have to get somebody get somewhere pretty quick. So I like to be close to the freeway. Oh, this old Shiloh here. I know where I'm at now. I've been through here before a time or two, I believe. Elmer says hello from Springdale. Hello to you, Elmer. And to others. I see we have several people up here watching from Northwest Arkansas. You're just looking at you're watching Central Arkansas native here that just recently moved to Northwest as well. I've lived in Northeast Arkansas for 3 years. If you don't know my history, I'm a native of Central Arkansas, born and raised, been here all my life. 3 years I've lived in Northeast, and 6 months I've lived in Northwest. And I go back between Northeast and Northwest. No more Little Rock, unless I'm visiting. So that's kind of the deal on me. Of course, you got folks up here in Northwest Arkansas that weren't native to Arkansas. They just moved here. And so we want to welcome them to the state of Arkansas. This is a good place to be. It's cheap. Makes for good vacations. And so I'm going to take you by the new Fayetteville Police Department. Now, I'm going to show you this building if I can not get caught up in the traffic here. So we are on Stephen Carr Memorial Boulevard. And if you don't know anything about Stephen Carr, allow me to tell that story real quick. Stephen Carr is was a Fayetteville police officer that unfortunately was murdered by a coward who walked up to the back of the police department and just executed the officer. He didn't even know what was coming, and it's just disgusting. And so that was so shocking that they not only had a need to build a new police building that was a little more secure. So they have built that building now. You're looking across the street at the new Fayetteville Police Headquarters. It's been here probably 5-6 years now, I believe, something like that. Don't quote me on that. It might be a little less than 5 years old, but nonetheless, you've got the new Fayetteville Police Headquarters building here, and they named this road the Stephen Carr Memorial Drive after that officer that was cowardly murdered by a real piece of work. And we'll leave it at that. And may he rest in peace, because, you know, I know the police right now are getting a lot of shit, just keeping it real. I'm trying not to cuss, but, you know, police right now are all over the country They're taking a lot of heat right now, and some of them deserve it. I'm not going to be I'll be the first to tell you that some of them bring it upon themselves in the ways that they treat the general public and the things that they do. But I don't believe that all police officers are dirty and unethical. There are some people that would disagree, and you're fine to have your opinion. I've met some mighty fine officers in my day, and I will continue to believe that there are some mighty fine officers that are still out here working. This officer right here was just doing his job. He wasn't even on a call. He just walked out of the headquarters building, and some rando just walked up to him and did what they did. And well, that's a cowardly act, if you ask me. And he sure didn't deserve it. And his family, he left a family behind, and so may he rest in peace. It was tragic. Passing Fayetteville Fire Station number 8 here. And we're about to be out of Fayetteville in just a minute. We should be getting close to crossing over into Springdale. Excuse me. Hey, y'all want me to follow behind the school bus and see who runs the stop sign? I had to drink some water. I'm talking so much, my throat. I'm out of juice. Yeah, I've been to that old police station. It's still there. It's the old police station where that incident occurred was in the downtown district of Fayetteville, the historic district, and you know, it just was a cramped headquarters. For multiple reasons, they needed a new headquarters building anyway. But I think the murder of Stephen Carr certainly helped expedite that process. I love that rock house straight ahead. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's really nice. Tell you, in Arkansas, we are fortunate that a lot of the methods of construction back in the 19-teens, 20s, 30s, 40s was to use rocks that were found all across Arkansas. You know, we have in most of the parts of the state, we have hilly terrain. In some parts of the state, it's flat. I do understand that, you know, the upper and the lower delta is not where I'm talking about, but up this way in the hills, there's lots of access to rock. And so you will find, here's another perfect example, if you can see that rock house right there. We're at a red light. Let me show off this house because it's really cool. That kind of house. See? Pretty neat. And if you're driving around Arkansas, you will find that they have those kind of homes from the 20s, 30s, and 40s. They're still around all over Arkansas. And I've just always wanted to live in one. Can't lie, I would love to own one. So we're back on Weddington. I kind of went, I need to turn, where am I? Is this where these old apartments? Yeah, I know where we're at. Okay. I want to get away from the university, so let's go this way. I see what I did. I see what I did. Scanner got quiet. Let's figure out why that is. I don't know if I turned something off or what. I'll have to do it. Well, we're at a red light. Perfect. Let me fix that. Let's see.
$425, 1050. 536, 545, 50.
Where's that at? 1082.
10
43, 1080, 1376.
10.
No, there's no real reason. It's just quiet because there's no radio traffic. I'm still connected. All right, so we're going to try to get out of this University District so we can get out of this traffic. That's what we're going to do. Gonna head up towards Springdale. I'm going to probably stay live for
375 Springdale traffic south Cross Hill Bridge Gate.
I'll probably stay live for another 45 minutes or so. 4 o'clock, I'm going to cut it short because I want to go home and cook.
Union Sam, Adam Frank Nora, Ida Mary, USAF, NIM, Oscar, Toyota, Central. 1040.
I've actually got some food to cook up for dinner tonight, and that was the whole point of why I was out and about when I went live the first time. I was actually trying to score some chicken drums and chicken thighs. I've got some seasoning, and I was just going to cook up a quick chicken meal tonight. Corn on the cob. I've got some carrots. We're just going to make a little din for tonight. And so anyway, that was what I was out doing when all that popped off with the water main. And I need to go home and cook and get that done. But I had mentioned earlier that Beth, who normally rides with me nowadays,
613 Springdale on 8.
she is going to be getting off work, and she kind of wants to go live tonight. So we might go live again.
Radio. 10-4.
I've got everything set up in TED for another live stream, so we might do tonight. And I kind of said this earlier, we might go up to Benton County. So maybe we'll do this till 4 o'clock Central. Then I'll call it quits, go cook dinner real quick, and maybe get back out here around 6 or 7. We'll go up to Benton County, check out Bentonville and Rogers and that kind of stuff. If you'll tune back in. Or otherwise, I'll just drive around and talk, and whoever tunes in, you know. So we're on Gregg Avenue right now. I know Gregg well. I take this a lot. So we're going to get out of the University District, head back up towards the northern part of Fayetteville. Cross into Springdale. We'll show off Springdale a little bit. So for you folks that don't know, Springdale is the poultry capital of the world. That's what they claim to be, the poultry capital of the world. Springdale, Arkansas. So if you like chicken, you're in the right place. One of the things that you see frequently in traffic are chicken trucks. You will find those 18-wheelers that are pulling a bunch of chickens. And there's processing plants in Springdale. They have a processing plant also in Batesville and in Pocahontas. The Pico company has the one in Pico operates one in Batesville and Pocahontas, but I don't know where else they operate out of. I would imagine they probably have another chicken. processing plant in other areas of Arkansas.
D4, D5, show me LC5.
10-4.
But up here, it's Tyson. This is Tyson country up here. So I like Gregg Avenue, which is what we're on right now, because if you want to get north or south without getting on the freeway or without the really heavy traffic on 71B, you get on Gregg, and Gregg will get you where you need to go kind of faster.
Henry, 80 Adam, AZH, 80A on a dark colored Nissan Rogue.
10-4.
Great, you spring on that first.
10-4.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. I love to have a good steak. I can't lie and tell you I'm a beef eater. I love my beef, hamburger, steaks, those kind of things, you know. But unfortunately, beef is so high right now. It's cost prohibitive to indulge in that every day. When I was at Walmart earlier, I looked at the steak prices today, and you know, $31 for 2 thin ribeyes is just ridiculous. That's highway robbery. I'm just not going to pay it. I'm sure several of y'all probably feel the same way if you like to eat beef and you just find yourself passing on it because it's just getting higher and higher priced, you know. All right, well, we're about to yield to an emergency vehicle. It's coming up on my 6 real quick here.
No, 17.
Northbound at the 64, no 28 on White Honda.
10.
I wonder where they're going. Blaylock, you take care, brother. And if you want to later on, look for the live stream. But Beth and I get live again. We'll probably go up to Bentonville or something. Tune in later because she's certainly going to be asking about you. You might as well. Be safe. Oh, so right above you here where those bridges are is the Fulbright Expressway. We featured several, well actually, you know what, we have featured several ASB traffic stops from the Fulbright Expressway on the northern part of Fayetteville.
Three 75 Springdale traffic stop, Crosshill Bridge Gate. Crosshill Bridge Gate. Frank Prince, Adam Young, Adam David, FSAYAD on a blue Dodge Ram. 10-4.
Springdale just made a traffic stop at the intersection of Crossfield and Bridgegate. They've been making traffic stops the last few minutes, I've been noticing. We're almost to Springdale now. I'm really close to the mall where that water main break happened earlier. We'll go by the mall one more time. We'll see if they've dug up the parking lot yet or made any progress in turning off the water. We're about 4 or 5 blocks away from the Northwest Arkansas Mall. And interestingly, just behind the Northwest Arkansas Mall is the city limits between Fayetteville and Springdale. An honorable mention, also the little community of Johnson. And I see Pamela. Pamela is in the house. Hello. Hello, Pamela. Long-time viewer of the channel, one of the regulars. I try to give a shout out to everybody. Hello to everybody that is here. And so we're going to creep up into the mall this way. I'm just going to go straight and take y'all to the mall real quick.
L18.
Nathan Rush in Greenland. Boy Mary David, 40 David. Boy Mary David, 40 David. Dark green Toyota going.
10-4.
Trooper just made a traffic stop, L18. Unfortunately, I don't know the new call signs anymore because state police won't give me the call signs anymore, which I have a major gripe with, but anyway, it's not going to change. But no matter how I feel about it, they're still not going to do it. So I don't know who L18 is anymore. I used to know.
What's you doing there?
10-4.
So we are on the property of the Northwest Arkansas Mall on the perimeter road that goes around it. I told y'all this is heavily trafficked. There's a lot of traffic on this road always. You see the Razorback transit buses in front of me. That's a free bus service for residents of Fayetteville. And so Fayetteville has free bus service, and you notice the buses meet up here at the mall as a hub.
Southbound 85, Arkansas 914,
Always been a traffic stop, I'm passing for you.
10-4. 95-40.
I'm a big proponent of mass transit. I always have been. I wish there was more transit options available for people.
Dark colored SUV.
10-4.
But Razorback Transit is sponsored also by the university. And so here you have it. You see the buses they all line up here. This is a little transfer spot. You can get off the Razorback bus here and catch the Ozark Regional Transit bus. And that bus can take you as far as Bentonville and Rogers too. So pretty cool that they're free for residents.
William John Tom, TKWJT on a blue GMC SUV.
Final stop 83 on ramp.
I don't know if Ozark Regional Transit is free, but I know that the Razorback Transit is free. It's two different companies. I think Ozark charges a couple of dollars. but I love it when I find out that a place has free transit. I just think that's a great idea for many people that need it. All right, we're back. We're back over here where the leak was. As you can see, they've got a big suck machine right there. Look, the big sucker machine right there. I'm gonna pull up and we'll watch what they're doing here for just a minute. Yeah, they're digging a hole in the parking lot as expected. So let's pull in here, and I might not be able to shut. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll park here and get out. I'll get out for a minute and show you what they're doing. I'll take you with me. How about that? We'll leave the car running because it's hot. All right. Let me get my little holder. I've got a phone holder, tripod thing. Let me get that out of my bag real quick. And we'll set up here and I'll show you what they're up to. All right, there's my tripod. There's my little phone holder thing. Hold on, guys. I got to put the phone down for just a second. Sorry, I'll be right back. Have to use both of my hands. Okay. Let's put y'all there so I can put you on the tripod. There we go. That's way better. It's way better when you have a tripod. And you can just kind of walk up and I'll show you what they're up to here. So as you can see, they're digging a big old hole in the parking lot. They got the big sucker truck out here to suck all that water out of there. So earlier today, when I came up here, there was water just rushing out of that. The parking lot had buckled in two different places. So they're down there repairing, doing an emergency repair on that water main. It is affecting local businesses. I've seen them post about it. They've got the water cut off in this immediate area. The businesses up here don't have any water access at all, which is obvious that they wouldn't. You see that the dump truck is getting ready to leave. It's got a whole bunch of that saturated dirt. Water's just dripping out of the dump truck. So I was up here for the first 10 minutes of that when it first happened. As a matter of fact, I was on the phone. I called the Fayetteville Water Department, and by that point they already had been notified, and they got here rather quickly. Now there's some other deal they're having up here too. While we're talking about the Northwest Arkansas Mall, they've got some kind of carnival or something they're setting up here. I don't really know what that's about. Maybe if you know, put it in the comments. It's probably for kids or something. I really wish I knew more. I don't know about it. Earlier today, where these cars are driving, all of this was just covered in rushing water. It looked like a river. And as you can tell, the dirty water on the parking lot from what's left of it that's still draining a little bit. There's still a little bit. Yeah, you can see the dirt. Yep, here comes another dump truck. One leaves, one comes. So, there you have it. All right, Ted. There's my sports car right there, Ted. Ted the sports car. All right, let's take y'all off the tripod here. And we'll get back in here and run to Springdale real quick. Don't judge my messy car. I mean, it's not like gross, it's just cups. I don't like to litter. And you shouldn't like to litter either, because littering sucks. Alrighty, let's put y'all back on there. Let's put this charging cable on there. Somebody says, let's see, let me look at your comments here.
3, Northwest Springdale, 29802.
10 points.
The Cool Whitney says, where is your favorite steak in Northwest Arkansas? I'll be the first to tell you, I have not had a steak in Northwest Arkansas that I have not cooked. In other words, if I've had one here, it's because I cooked it. I do like to go to steakhouses when I can, and they're affordable. But right now, I haven't been to one in the better part of a year because I'm not going to pay $50 for a damn ribeye at any steakhouse. I just can't do it. So I would love to tell you that I had a favorite place to go up here. I unfortunately do not. My favorite place is to find one on clearance at Walmart and then fire up my grill. Okay? Because I'm cheap. Let's see. Let me keep reading the comments. Some people have asked me, are you going to feature John Parker's DWI? No, I'm not going to do that. You know why? Because there's 28 other channels that already are doing it. And I just, it's not, some people are going to say, well, you're not being very transparency because you're not showing the bad. But it's more than that. I have to pay for that video. Okay? I mean, I'm just keeping it real. I have to pay for everything I get. It's $20 an hour, okay? And you know how much footage I go through between the pursuits and the traffic series and the local editions. I have already bought a small car with the amount of money I have spent in the last year on FOIA requests. So no, I'm not going to feature it. Do you know why? Because 28 other channels are going to feature it, and you're going to go there and watch them anyway. So it's okay. I'm not mad at you. Go do it. But let them pay for it. I'm just not going to pay for it. Not that. You'll see it. It's on numerous channels. So, let's see. What else have we got here? Trey says Trooper T. Smith is as of about 5 months ago. Is that the trooper that ran through the fence? Trey, is that what we were talking about? Colin says, wait, Arkansas State Police got new call signs. No, they kind of did and they kind of didn't. I'll go into a brief detail about that. So even when I was working for the state police back in 2008, 9, and 10, okay, they have the same call signs per se. Like, yeah, obviously if it's an A call sign, it's Troop A. If it's an L call sign, it's Troop L. C, Troop C, right? We get it. You watch my episodes enough, you've seen the troop map. It's on every episode. Unless you skip the introduction every time and then you don't see it. But let's just assume you do see it. So you've seen the troop map. It's all color-coded. Well, the call signs are based on the troop, right? And it's not based on the trooper. A lot of people get that wrong. It's not based on the trooper. It's the assignment within the troop. So let me give you an example. C12. C12, the 12 car is in Craighead County, right? So C12 is a Craighead County trooper. And it can be anybody working C12. C13, C14. Those are all Craighead County troopers. You see what I mean? So it's the call signs are based on the assignment. They're not based on the individual trooper. Now, you will hear nowadays they've got new call signs like the 1300 series. That's Interstate Criminal Patrol. Those are based on the trooper. So like Trooper Anna Escamilla, a lot of y'all love Trooper Anna and K9 Ace. Trooper Anna Escamilla. Well, her call sign is 1351, and that is assigned to her in that role. So does that make sense? So like in other words, let me give you another hypothetical. Say I'm a Troop L trooper, right? My call sign's L50. And I decide that I don't want to work in Carroll County anymore and I want to come back to Washington County. Well, you don't get to keep that call sign because 50 is assigned to Carroll County and Madison County area. You would go like for Washington County where I'm at right now, this is the low teens and early 20s. So, you know, L18, whatever was available, you would get it. Now, I hope that makes sense. That's why you have some troopers, it's hard to keep up with them because they just, you know, every troop school, you get new troopers. Some people retire. Some people go to CID and special assignments or criminal patrol, you know, so there's just always constantly changing call signs, you know. I hope that makes sense. And let me just follow this up with one other thing. Every time I do a traffic series episode or a pursuit and I know the call sign, it's because I listen. And I have a rolling Rolodex in my head of these call signs. I don't have a list anymore. They quit giving me one in 2023. So that's just memory. I hope that helps. And let's see if there's anything else I'm missing here, and I'll move on. Trey says Crown Vics and Grand Marquis are basically the same vehicle with minor differences, and it's true. They're just the badging, you know. The grill's different. The headlights are just a hair different, but it's all the same car. Same engine. Basically the same electronics. And if you got a Mercury Grand Marquis, you basically got you a Crown Vic because it'll do the same thing. It'll get up and go when you need it to. So let's go to Springdale real quick. Actually, what I'll do is I'll take you to Johnson real quick, and then we'll go to Springdale. So Johnson, if you look at the map of Northwest Arkansas, Johnson is this little community. It's a town. It's its own city. It's got a police and fire department, Johnson. But it's like the well, it's kind of like the cream filling in an Oreo. Okay, you got like you got your Springdale on top, you got your Fayetteville on bottom, and the cream filling in the middle is Johnson. It's the filler. It's not very big.
Boy Mary Victor 21 David BMV 21D for expedition.
Okay, so L18 just made a traffic stop at the 69 northbound, and I'm where I can hop on the freeway and take you to the 69 northbound because that's the next exit. That's the Johnson exit. So actually, we're just going to do that instead. I'll stay in this lane. You'll see L18 on a traffic stop here in about 3 minutes. And I wish I had a breakdown on like the ASP call signs and what county they're assigned to. I have it in my head. Man, that Sequoia is putting out a lot of smoke. Good Lord. He's got something bad wrong with his engine. But yeah, I wish I had a roster of the call signs and what counties they were assigned to. That would be helpful. I might be able to get that. They just won't give me the current list that has the troopers and the assignment. They just won't do that.
Taxi Hughes in store where a parking problem has been holding.
All right, Fulbright Expressway. Here we are. We're on the Fulbright. We're going to head up to 49 and go to the 69 exit where L18, the trooper, is on a traffic stop. But I will tell you something about the state police and their traffic stops. They don't last long. I mean, a typical trooper traffic stop lasts about 5 minutes, unless there's something more to it. So if you're going to, try to see a traffic stop on a trooper when they call it out, you kind of got to be right in the area or you're going to miss it. That's always been my experience with them. Time is it right now? 3:46. So I'm not going to show you much of Springdale. So I want to get. It's going to take me about an hour to cook. Well, if I'm at home by about 4:15, that's okay. We'll do that. That's a Lotus right there. A Lotus sports car. It's nice. Oh, I wonder if I can get ahead of all these cars. Heck yeah, here we go. $69-mile marker. We're approaching it now. Trooper should still be on a traffic stop. I've not heard him check 98, which means he's finished. So there ought to be a trooper right here. I see a tow truck. I do see a tow truck. In Arkansas, you're required to give them the lane. If you see flashing lights on the side of the road, you're supposed to get over, move over law. You notice everybody moved over for the tow truck. Oh, here he is right here. There's the trooper. If you don't move over, he's going to get you. He's going to get this car behind me that didn't move over. This car did not move over behind me. Watch. I'm going to show you right now. Look in the rear view. Car did not move over. I bet he pulls him over. I bet he does. See, I don't know if y'all can see anything or not. You might not be able to. Let's see if he's going to go after him or not. I guess he didn't. All right. Sorry. Thought he was going to go after that car. That trooper was sitting right there just past the tow truck. And that's right, he had flashing lights, so for all rights, he could pull that car over for not moving over. And if you have the ability to move over, you need to move over. We are in the city of Johnson. So Johnson has a couple of interesting things here. You've got the Johnson Mill right here on the left. You've also got the Channel 5 affiliate, CBS affiliate right there on the hill. So they have a news building here in Johnson, and also the mill is right here on the left. If you look, see, you probably see it. Oh, by the way, Johnson is one of those kind of places where if you're going 1 mile an hour over, you will get stopped by the Johnson Police Department. They're like hardcore about it. So, if you ever come to Johnson, you need to slow your roll.
Over in the Moulton, up in headquarters for a few minutes.
L39 is en route to headquarters. If that's still the same trooper, that used to be Harley Hopper. And you could have turned right here and gone through more of the city of Johnson. This is still Johnson, but we're going to get out of this area. We'll go up to Springdale for a minute.
Arkansas 28-111, Zebra Georgia 111, CGY from Black East Home, Baltimore.
10-4.
389 Springdale traffic stop, 38 Mountain Conner. Arkansas 380 Union Boy 380 UBV on.
Hey! My screen has turned pink. Miss Pamela, please like this awesome live. Love y'all. Well, we love you too, Miss Pamela. Thank you so much for that. That really helps out. You just literally bought this tank of gas right now. Thank you kindly. Thank you very much.
Possibly masturbating in the bathroom.
Ooh.
He did leave. No put you. Correct, he left the bathroom. He's possibly in the store still.
Okay, we've got a guy masturbating in the bathroom somewhere. Let me hear where that was at. That's unusual.
I know he's not wearing black jeans, black sneakers, and further said caller advised he was possibly masturbating in the bathroom. He did leave. No put you.
I didn't hear where that was at. It went digital.
Arkansas 380 Union Boy 38.
363, I can be around 3 decent.
Well, that was Fayetteville police, and I'm not in Fayetteville anymore. I'm in Springdale now. And I didn't hear where that was at because the radio went digital, so I couldn't understand where the call just went out. But they had a call. Someone advised a male subject was feeling himself up in a bathroom, and he is still in the store. And they've got 2 Fayetteville units en route to intercept him. So I wish I had found out where that was at. Yeah, Ted's doing good now. We got a full tank of gas, and Beth will be getting off work at 5 o'clock, and I'm making dinner for both of us, and then we're gonna get back out here on a live. I would say about 6 or 7 o'clock. We'll probably go to Benton County. Let's see here. You know, recently I featured a traffic stop with Senior Corporal Desmond Benton. Probably 10 episodes ago. Do y'all remember when he stopped that moped driver and gave him directions? Y'all remember that episode? For the ones that watch the channel a lot, you probably do. I'm going to show you where that was at. So that episode with Senior Corporal Desmond Benton and that young man on the motor scooter was right here at this intersection, just north of here. So I'll show you just where he was at. So I'm at Don Tyson and Johnson Road. And that traffic stop occurred just north of this intersection where those cars are crossing your screen, that blue car and this black truck. Then I'll show you where that traffic stop happened at.
Hold on, roll call over time.
And so that traffic stop happened, if this looks familiar, remember that was at night. Right about where those trucks are right now is about where it happened. Remember this dip in the road? There was this little dip in the road and he stopped him right here. Just about right in here. Now I know it was at night, but it was right here. Now if you'll notice on both sides of this road, you see this wooden fence on both sides? This is Tyson property through here. The Tyson family owns all of this. So if you notice on both sides of the road right now, there's no development. It's because the Tyson Foods, they own every bit of this. This is where all of their family members live, all through here. They have farm estates on both sides of the road. Oh. So we're in Springdale. Springdale, like Fayetteville, is spread out. It's pretty large. Fayetteville and Springdale are about nearly the same size. Springdale's just a tiny bit smaller.
Virgin College for traffic hazard, the blue F-250 on Sunbridge.
So we are in Springdale now. More Tyson property here on your left. More Tyson property on the left.
I'll take that traffic hazard. You leave for a 9 today.
And we will be approaching US 412, which is in Springdale. It's called Sunset, until it turns into Robinson. It's got two names, but the stretch of 412 that we'll be at is Sunset Avenue, and we're coming up on it now. Oh my God, this traffic. Jeez. This is why I like doing live streams at night, y'all. I don't hardly do them during the day because the traffic, can't get around. If you were here at night, there wouldn't be as much traffic. You can get around better. But that's okay. We're making a way. We're getting through it. All right, we're at Sunset Avenue, or is better known as US 412. And so this is Food Row through here. This is kind of the older part of Springdale. This is Food Row. There is a major Hispanic presence in Springdale, so you have a lot of different Hispanic owned and operated restaurants through this stretch as well. So for you folks that like pupusas or street tacos and stuff like that, well, this would be your stretch to come through right through here. Oh, I missed. Oh, I love that dog up there. I used to have a dog like that. Let me show you. I miss my Toto. That's a Westie. Right there on that billboard. I lost my dog. He was 17 years old, and I lost him in August of 24. And oh man, that was a hard loss. It was a hard loss. It still is. Yeah, I miss Toto. Yep. Somebody knew the name. Yep. Cindy knew the name. Toto. That's right. I had Toto and I had Millie. I lost Millie in 23 to a coyote attack. and I lost Toto just due to old age. He lived a very long, fulfilled life. I'll just say he was my main man, you know. I sure do miss that dog. It's funny how we get attached to animals like that. They turn out to be, in some cases, more loyal than even humans are, you know. I feel like I'm preaching to the choir. There's probably many of you out there that have pets that can't imagine life without them. So you get it. Yeah, Millie was a half Chihuahua, half Yorkie. And I got her on her second day alive. I claimed her. She was one of two that was born. Her brother, unfortunately, was real sickly, and he passed away in his infancy. But Millie went on to be a great dog. And she passed away when she was about 9 or 10. She didn't live her full life. Unfortunately, she got attacked by a coyote in a city park in Little Rock, and there just wasn't anything I could do about it.
Transferring no traffic stop west in Huntsville.
Western Huntsville.
Adam Edward Robert, 61 Henry, or 61H, displayed on this for Mazda SUV.
10-4. Level 34.
Good.
Are you looking for a transfer on a delayed property insurance performance?
So we are going to turn on Thompson, which again is US 71B up here. And I'm going to take you to downtown Springdale real quick, and then I'll probably sign off so I can go home and cook up some good food. But you know what I'm going to do first? And y'all can be mad at me if you want to be. I'm going to stop here and get me something right quick, because I've been real good, and I got off ice cream because I kind of got on it again, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that. But yeah, I'm going to get me a cone real quick from Brahms, because it just sounds so good. It's so hot outside today. Just get me a little twist cone, and then I'm going to take you downtown real quick. Hello, I'd like to get a large twist cone, and that's it.
Yes, sir. First window, thank you.
Okay, thank you. And they're cheap. They're only like $2. If you were in Northwest Arkansas right now, you should try Brahms if you've never had it before. It's amazing. And there's an actual cool story about it. It's an Oklahoma-based company, and they raised their dairy products all come from their farm in, I think it's in Tuttle, Oklahoma. I believe that's the name of the city. Something like that. But anyway, their burgers are really good here. Their dairy products are great, and they also have like a whole other section where you can shop for bread and ice cream and all kinds of stuff. Yes, sir. Again, not a paid sponsor, but certainly I'm a big fan of Brahms. So yeah, anyway. Check it out sometime. They're getting one in Central Arkansas. I saw they're getting it in Conway. And thank you. They're getting it in Conway. They're getting a Brahms in Conway, and I think they're opening one up in Clarksville. So, Central Arkansas, if you're watching and you've never heard of Brahms, it's coming. You're gonna want to check it out. It's good stuff. CNDRN says best milk ever. Yeah, because it's local. It's just right over the border in Oklahoma. This is a very local company that's expanding its Arkansas presence, so we appreciate that. And sometimes when I'm in the area, I just pull off and get me a little cone. That's one of my favorite little treats. Get me one of these, and I'm gonna take you downtown real quick, show you what the downtown Springdale looks like. It's pretty nice. They really built a lot down there, and it's just nice. What can I say? So, you heard me already talk about it. You've heard me allude to it. I will be live later. It will be sometime after 6 o'clock, probably 7. All right. Thank you. Good stuff. Good stuff. Waffle cone. I haven't had this in like 2 weeks. Cindy says the biscuits and gravy are awesome. I've had their breakfast. I haven't had their biscuits and gravy. I've had their breakfast burrito, though. And I like it, but I don't like them with jalapenos in it. And I can't ever remember which one has and which one doesn't have jalapenos in it. And the last time I got one, it had jalapenos in it, so I ate it anyway, and I paid the price later. I'm not into paying the price. So, for you folks that love jalapenos and hot stuff, more power to you. I ain't hating on you, but I'll tell you right now, it ain't for me. I like medium. I don't mind it even being a little hot, but it just I don't like it to be too hot.
Danger 508, True Health Command.
All right, so we are just down the street from the downtown district in Springdale. We're passing Northwest Medical Center right now. I'm going to go down here to Emma and take y'all down Emma real quick. Don't mind me. My voice is going to change a little bit because I am actively munching on this ice cream cone. Well, we ought to be coming up on Emma in the next block. You know what we might do? We might turn on this little side street right here to the right. Right here in front of Waffle House. I bet you I can. Yeah, there's Emma right there. I could just cut through like this though. So this is the downtown district of Springdale. And it is going through a revitalization. Let me take you to Emma. Excuse me. All right, one more block and we'll be where Emma's at. So Emma in Springdale is like their main street, okay? Like, they usually have a main street in most communities, and it's like the main drag through the downtown. Well, their version of Main Street is called Emma Avenue. So here we are. Cool building right there. Look at that. Organic cruisins. That's pretty cool. Windmills, or little pinwheels, I should say. It's colorful down here. It's an arts district. Notice they've got mural on the wall right there. Look at that. I love murals on the wall. I had the Mexican restaurant right here. What's the name of that? The only restaurant I've tried down here so far. Oh, Mr. Taco Loco. Mr. Taco Loco is good. Bueno. It is good. So if you've never had Mr. Taco Loco before here in Springdale and you just want to try something new and you live up here, I've tried it. It's good. They have good tacos. All right, so this is the main drag. So here we go, but they've got it closed because they're building this building right here. So I'm gonna have to turn left. I didn't have to do this the last time I came through here. Well, it looks like we're gonna have to turn. But the building right here on the right, they're redoing it right now. So downtown Springdale, Arkansas. Look at that house in front of you. That rock. Remember I was telling y'all about the rocks? Look at that. I would live there in a heartbeat. Absolutely would live there in a heartbeat. All right. So we're going to divert and get past the obstruction in the road down here. I want to show you something else that's real cool too. Let me pull in this parking lot if I can. So most of you locals know about this, but for you folks that are considering coming to Arkansas to visit, because I recognize that not everybody that watches this channel is from Arkansas. Most of you actually are not from Arkansas. But some of y'all tell me you will come visit at some point.
Good.
Call 682, stall out vehicle, Walmart Elm Springs.
10-4 now.
If you will notice, there's a rail car right here. It's a Santa Fe, but that's not what I'm really trying to show you. The rail cars that I do want to show you are right over here. They have, it's the Arkansas and Missouri and Arkansas Railroad, I believe it's what it's called. I'll look when I get up here. I always forget the name. Yeah, Arkansas and Missouri Railroad. And they have an excursion train that you can pay. They do an excursion once or twice a month, I think. It's on their website. But look, let me pull in weird like this here, and I'll show you. See the trains?
Adam Victor Robert 90 George AVR 90G on a black Toyota Tacoma.
See the train cars? These are old train cars from when they used to have passenger rail service back in the 40s and 50s. These have been preserved, and they're used on the Arkansas and Missouri Rail for going between Springdale and Van Buren, Arkansas. And there's a stretch of rail that goes through the Boston Mountains through Winslow that's absolutely beautiful. I've never been on it. I would love to go on it, and they will be having some fall excursions coming up in the next couple of months because of course the leaves are going to change. So what better way to experience the leaves changing, the fall scenery, than taking a excursion rail trip from here to Gambier and Arkansas and back. And I mean, it's not cheap. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, it's probably the better part of $100 to do that. But it's the experience. And they'll feed you as well. And some of if you get the more expensive accommodations, they'll feed you. If you're just on the cheapest thing you can do is ride in the coach car, and you have to pay for your meal.
684 trespassing Dollar Tree Plaza, Carly.
Interrupt. 20 up.
So
10-4, the caller advised there are men going around trying to sell food, and the caller wants them to leave.
if you come to visit and you like that kind of thing, maybe riding a rail, riding the train, and especially a train that goes through some of the prettiest parts of Arkansas, then you need to consider the Arkansas-Missouri Railway. They have a website, and you can look on their website to tell when they're going to be doing their excursions again. So keep that in mind. And maybe one of these days I'll do one and go live from the train, because I would love to do that. Never done it. Always heard about it, but never done it.
10-4, the Arnold Days alert from his warrant.
10-4.
All right. Well, you've seen the downtown district of Springdale. It's not real big. Modeling a bunch of these buildings and putting restaurants and out of it, so that's a good thing. Look at this old theater. It says Apollo. It's an old theater right there. It's pretty cool.
Number is 561, 536.
561.
They just called up to Fayetteville units.
Rose Park Grill on Dixon, 220 Northwest Avenue for a fraud in progress, right? Didn't believe they tried to forge a check. They're still here. The black roll dreads, unknown clothing, unknown convoy.
That's cool. 536 towards the mall.
Fayetteville just put out a... Fayetteville units are going to Dixon Street for a forgery in progress. Forgery in progress. Hold on. They're going to hold the net? What?
We're trying to get 2 right on there.
10-4.
10-4.
They call this an in progress call. It's a forgery in progress. The complainant advised that a black male with dreads was trying to pass a forged check, and units are nearly on scene now. So we're going to listen to what happens when they get there. And this is right off Dixon Street in Fayetteville. If you don't know it, Dixon Street in Fayetteville is a It's kind of like 6th Street in Austin, Texas. It's where all the bars are, and right off the University District. Lots of bars, lots of music, live music, venues, students, you name it. A flurry of activity through there. Hey, I just slapped you on your arm. You know why? I just slapped you on your arm because Slugbug Gray, you don't get to see many of those anymore. That was something we used to do when we were kids. If we saw a bug, you slap the kid next to you and go, slug bug, and the color. I'm almost done. Thank you for your patience. I should have signed off 5 minutes ago. That's just hard to beat. All right, Springdale, here we go. All right. Done with that. So for you folks,
Can you tell me the subject's name again?
Thomas Arringer.
So for you folks that don't live in Northwest Arkansas, what have we learned today? What have we learned today if you do not live up here? Well, there is a lot of traffic. Start with that. This is, by and large, the fastest growing area of Arkansas right now.
Arkansas 021 Zebra Boy William 021 Zebra Boy William. Going to be display on a gray 4-passenger car via Pleasant Grove Road, just a little bit east of Interstate 49.
That was Sergeant Soar Lee. I guess his call sign changed from L8 to L4, I noticed.
So for final locations would be the Golden Corral parking lot.
Off of Pleasant Grove. Okay, so he just made Sergeant Soar Lee just made a traffic stop at the Golden Corral. They just pulled into Golden Corral in Rogers. We just recently featured him. So yeah, let's talk about it. Let's see. So, okay, yeah. What else have you learned today, you out-of-state folks that don't know anything about Northwest Arkansas? Well, you've learned that they have a lot of traffic and there's lots of construction and, well, if I'm just going to be candid about it, this is where the money's at, y'all. You got to follow the money train. Follow the money train, right? There's other parts of Arkansas that are broke. They ain't got no money. But this is not that area. This is where the money's at. Lots of money, lots of industry, lots of commerce, you know, lots of activities, lots of things to do. So, you know, for you folks out of state, if you are considering coming to Arkansas to visit, put Northwest Arkansas on the map. You definitely need to check this area out. And I'm fond of all of the state. I've been to every county in Arkansas, and I can find good things to talk about in every county in Arkansas. I truly can. I'm a lifelong Arkansan, and I'm also 46 years old, so I'm not just a kid anymore, right? But if you're going to come here to visit, you need to put this on the map. Come to Northwest. Start here. Lots of good restaurants, lots of people, lots of good vibes. Come here. All right, folks. Well, you heard me eat the ice cream cone on a live stream. I appreciate your patience. That probably was a little rude of me, and I apologize in advance. Sorry about that. You know, if that offended you, but it's hot in Arkansas, and it was Brahms. I mean, again, if you were here and you had a Brahms ice cream cone, I wouldn't hear you complaining about it. So anyway, thank you for that. And so to my long time watchers of this channel, I appreciate your loyalty as always. Thank you so much. Even when we don't do a live stream for a month, you still show up, and I really truly appreciate that. And for you new folks out there, I hope you liked what you heard today. I'm just a guy that knows a thing or two about the state, lived here all my life. You know, I know a little bit about the law enforcement happenings of Arkansas, and we have good relationships with several of the police agencies around the state because we featured them. So, you know, maybe you learned something, maybe you didn't. Maybe I helped you pass some time because you were just bored, and that's cool too. Great. Somebody's got to help you out with it. Why not let it be me? But anyway, I guess I'm going to sign off now because I'm going to go home and cook up some chicken and carrots and what else was, and corn on the cob I got today. So yeah, I'm going to cook all that up. We're going to have us a nice feast for dinner. And then Beth and I have agreed that we will do a live stream a little bit later tonight. So we are going to do that. Look for us around 6 or 7 o'clock. We'll probably go up to Benton County, or if she really has a wild hair, we'll go down to Fort Smith. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So anyway, this is James, the content creator at Natural State Transparency. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And as always, if you don't mind, please smash the like button. I need those likes. YouTube sucks these days because of AI and everything else. And so yeah, if you can just give me that like real quick, man. If you don't do anything, and if you'll just like this broadcast, that would be very helpful. I would really appreciate that. Y'all have a good rest of your evening. If I don't catch up with you later on, then have a good night, and I'll catch up with you soon, and maybe you'll tune in a little bit later. Anyway, I'm out. See you soon.